I guess our journey has come to an end. Um, Today's game was expected. The outcome was expected. I can say that because there's no way you can explain the fact that um, less than 24 hours to a game, or let's say 24 hours to a game, the Moroccan Federation is going to lodge a complaint about the referee, and the referee gets changed, and the guy who comes in, he does such a bad job. We can talk about Cameroon not being in the game, but you can't even be in the game if the referee is already from the first minute. The ref is already against you. How do you get in the game? How do you grow in the game when go constantly getting bad calls against you? You know, if a fly passes by, the Moroccan player falls on the ground, it's a foul. If the player feels something on that ear, it's a foul. You like it was That's all we can say. Like, it was a very bad performance from the referee. Very, very bad performance from the referee. At this point, they might as well just hand the trophy to Morocco because no team is going to come up against Morocco and stand a chance. You saw what happened in their previous game, the 9-minute penalty against Morocco. VAR didn't even take a look. You saw what happened today, the penalty against Morocco. It was a clear penalty on Buemo. It was a clear penalty. I don't know who would look at that and say it is not a penalty. VAR did not have a look at it at all. On top of the fact that we've been talking about the same referee being on VAR duties for Moroccan games from the first right up to this point. So every single Moroccan game, they've had the same referee on VAR duties. It is very shameful. There's no way we can beat the corruption charges, the corruption allegations as Africans. There's no way we can beat it. And this is why players struggle to play for African teams. Which player is going to look at this game today and be like, okay, I want to come and play for Cameroon. I want to come and play for Morocco. Play for a country where you're going to give your all, and in the end, the outcome of the game is decided by the referee. No player. If you're watching that game with your son or your daughter and they had ambitions to play for Cameroon, and he looks at that performance of the ref and he asks you, why is the ref blowing in such a manner? How do you even defend the ref? How? Like, there's no way to defend the ref. The Moroccan Association said they were not comfortable with the referee. The referee got replaced. He came in today. Despite all the allegations that had been against the referee right up to this point, he still did such a bad, refereed such a bad game to the point where anybody watching that game could tell that the referee was biased. The referee was biased. The foul leading to the second goal, I don't even know how that was a foul. On top of the fact that the player who won that foul, which was not supposed to be a foul, should have been sent off. He was on a yellow card, he committed a foul, and prior to him getting a yellow card, he should have been booked. And when he finally got booked, that probably should have been his second yellow. And after that yellow card, he still went on to commit another foul, which should have taken him off the pitch. But no, the referee refused to give him a second yellow card, and he went on to win the foul that led to the second goal. By the way, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have defended it, but the matter of the fact is the player should not have been on the pitch. But away from that, because like I said, the referee is going to try to make it about him. A day that should have been, a quarterfinal that should have been one of the biggest talking points, it should have been more about the game. It's going to be more about the ref, but we are going to ignore that. And I just want to say congratulations to the players for making it right up to this point. I'm not even going to lie. Like, we did not expect this performance. We did not expect them to make it up to this point coming from where we were. At the start of the tournament, I said if the players make it up to the quarterfinals, it is a win. And they did it. They made it up to the quarterfinals. They were eliminated. They can hold their head up high. They can hold their heads up high and say, yes, we gave everything. But guess what? The referee, the CAF, the Moroccan federations, all of them were against them. And you can't win a tournament like that. Like I said, the trophy might as well be handed to Morocco because I don't see any team that comes up against Morocco and triumphs with such refereeing decisions. Congratulations to the players. You guys made us proud. It was a good game in the second half. For me, I think in the first half, we sort of gave Morocco a lot of respect. We gave them a lot more respect than they deserved. The first half, we should have, if you look at the game against Ivory Coast, we gave them that same respect in the first half. But then we grew into the game after the first 15 minutes. The same thing against South Africa. We grow into the game. But I think against Morocco, we just gave them so much respect and we let them control the entire first half. Came into the second half, I think we tried to change the game a little bit, but before the manager switched to a back four and a front three, it was quite late. That was something that should have been done early on. And I think bringing on Kudu was not just the right person for such a job. I know Basogok is slow, but in that situation, maybe you bring him on, you tell him to stay up the pitch. Try to get him the ball on up the pitch, one-on-one. Be the man. That's his job. That's what he's good at. But it's football, you know. One person is always going to win and one is always going to lose. Unfortunately, we came out on the losing side today. But we can hold our heads up high. We've had an amazing tournament. We've done well getting ourselves up to this point. The players, they fought a good fight. Now, what we can do is we can build on from here. And David Pagu, to be able to come in with a few weeks to the tournament, not have any game prior to that except a friendly, and go on to do what he did, to me, that is a win. It is a massive win for him. So now what he can do from here on is to build on. We know there's no World Cup for us, so unfortunately, we'll not have any international football anytime soon. But we can build on from here, look forward to the next AFCON, making it to the next AFCON, making it to the next World Cup. Hopefully, bringing a younger group of players as well who can learn off the older generation and not repeat the same mistakes that we've done, because I think we left it late. We left it late to start integrating the young players who are now representing Cameroon. We left it very late. So now we need to go out there, look for the next generation of indomitable lions and start bringing them into the national team. Start making them have a feel of what it feels like to be around, in and around the national team, what it means to wear the colors, you know. Start bringing those young players in. That should be the goal right now. Build the team for the next competitions, for the next years. I don't know. I'm not sad, but I'm sad. You know, I'm sad because of how we were eliminated. Cheating, that's not just football. Corruption, because I don't care what anyone wants to tell me. That referee today was corrupted. It was a corrupt referee. I wouldn't be sad at all if we were eliminated fair and square. Morocco are a great side. They are already a great side. They did not need the referee, but having the referee in their advantage today was just not fair. And that is not football. But you know what? We are going to go back home, look at the things we did well during this tournament, look at what could have been done better, and hopefully Etofis and the federation, they can sort those things out and make sure that the next time we are going into the tournament, we are going in to win. Like I said, we wanted to win. Everybody, you would never go into a tournament not wanting to win. I think that was the ultimate goal today. But coming from where we're coming, I don't think anybody expected us to even make it to this point. So a win is a win. To me, those players won. Despite what the referee did today, tried to make the entire game about himself, I still think football won. We're going to go back home, keep our heads high, and to everybody who got behind the players, the support was massive. The support was massive. You can also hold your head up high and say you did your best, you contributed your best in pushing the players. So those who made it to Morocco to support the players as well, great job. It's very sad that unfortunately our AFCON journey has come to an end, but it is what it is. It's football. Like I said, some days you'd come out on the winning side, some days you come out on the losing end, and unfortunately for us today, we came out on the losing end. The referee was the man of the match. I hope that the money he was paid can last forever. You should make sure that money does not get finished. The money he was paid, it better last forever. And one last thing, Morocco, you better win this trophy. You better win the AFCON, because if you don't win the AFCON, If you don't win the AFCON, if you by mistakenly meet that team that eliminates you, and on top of that, the referee tries to favor you, if you by mistakenly meet that team that eliminates you, just know you've made enemies in the entire Africa. You've made enemies in the entire Africa. So you better win that trophy. If you don't win the trophy, okay, the less said. But if this is your first time here, please subscribe. International football is done. We're back to club football. We're back to Manchester United. Myself and Buemo will be going back to Manchester United to continue with our suffering. And, you know, maybe we can have some good days before the end of the season. But with Manchester United, it's never the same. But thank you guys for the support throughout this AFCON. And for those of you who supported us, please continue to support us as we go back to club football.